Hey, what is going on, everyone? We are less than a month away from Once Human's official release on July 9th, and frankly, I'm a little concerned. Now, I don't want this video to come off as hating on Once Human because it definitely isn't that. I'm definitely a fan of the game as someone who is in the Once Human content creator program and has played hours and hours of Beta 2 and Beta 3, as well as the recently released demo. I am pretty confident that I've been an advocate for the game so far. Plus, I wouldn't be making YouTube guides on a game that I did not enjoy. But with the release right around the corner, I do think there are some things in the game that either haven't been addressed or frankly haven't even been mentioned by the developers, at least from the research that I've done. So in this video, I want to talk about two things. Things I'm not really worried about that I've seen some other people are, and things that I think are a cause for concern. So let's talk about the things that I'm not really worried about, but I've seen some concerns from the community. First off, the map. In the betas I've played, the entire map has not been playable. I'd say probably about a third of the map has been revealed to us, and I've seen some people concerned about the rest of the map not being interesting enough to explore. The demo has an even smaller map, so I've heard some concerns specifically from the demo players. Now, one thing I can say with Once Human is they always offer a unique experience. Whether it's enemy design, puzzles you need to solve, environment design, or even just mission design, you never really know what you're going to get. Of course, there are parts of the game where they've reused assets, but honestly, what game doesn't do that? Starry Studio has really proven they can provide interesting, weird experiences with this game, and I expect that to continue when the rest of the map is revealed, and I'm really sure that they have some tricks up their sleeves that they're very excited to show us. Now, I've also heard concerns about the season-to-season experience when it comes to wipes and progress transfers specifically. In Beta 3, they introduced Eternal Land, which is essentially a private world for each player where they build anything they'd like and it exists between seasons. Players can transfer materials from the main game to Eternal Land, and there are no building restrictions, so you could literally build a theme park if you wanted to. It's basically a playground for us in between seasons, and the developers have a great article going into more details about Eternal Land, and I've linked that in the description down below. So at the end of the day, I'm not really concerned about the seasons because I think Eternal Land offers a refreshing experience as we wait for a new season to drop. Lastly, I've seen some people concerned about bugs in the demo and they don't think the developers have enough time to fix them all. While it's likely true the developers won't be able to fix all the bugs, I mean, what developer really is able to fix every single bug? I will say that they fixed a ton of bugs from Beta 2 to Beta 3, as well as adding a slew of new features. So Starry Studio isn't sitting on their hands right now just waiting for launch. The demo they launched honestly didn't have much change from Beta 3, so my guess is that they're hard at work fixing bugs from Beta 3 and will likely get a bunch of patch notes for launch. That's actually what happened with Beta 3 from Beta 2. The patch note list was absolutely massive. Now, I do really hope they fix the translation issues though. For some parts of the game, it is kind of tough to get through the missions because you don't really know what it's saying, so that could definitely hinder someone's experience. Now, before we get into the next part, please feel free to drop a like on this video to help support the channel, and feel free to subscribe if you'd like to for more Once Human content, and I really do appreciate all the support so far on the channel. Alright, now let's talk about what I am concerned about for the launch of this game. Firstly, the developers just announced an IAP test opening on June 25th. For those who don't know, IAP stands for in-app purchasing, meaning that this is a test to see how their shop system works in-game. They have announced that purchases and game progression from this test will not be wiped for launch, meaning that if you are selected to join this test, you effectively have a 2-week head start. Now, while I understand that making sure your shop purchasing features function properly for launch is a good idea, I'm not sure why progress would be allowed to carry over. Purchases make sense, right? As someone shouldn't really have to buy the same item twice, but progress seems pretty odd. It has actually led to a lot of people to believe that progress can somehow be tied to in-game purchases. Even though the developers have claimed in the past that the only microtransactions in the game will be cosmetic, it's been kind of hard to find that published anywhere officially. And honestly, NetEase's track record isn't the best regarding microtransactions and pay to win either. Also, with Once Human also releasing on mobile, will the game fall into the predatory practices that we find on other mobile games? I guess that's still to be seen. Now, this leads me to my next concern. Will the game be free to play? In a similar fashion to microtransactions, we've heard that the game will be free to play, but it's been hard to find that published anywhere officially. I've been asked many times on my live stream about it being free to play, and I have said that it will be, but finding that information from an official source has been difficult. If it will be free to play, how will it be monetized? Because we all know servers ain't cheap. I'd love to see a detailed outline of their monetization plans before release so we don't feel blindsided by microtransactions or paywalls. Now, my last major concern is related to gameplay. Will the endgame feel rewarding and interesting? In the betas, the endgame just consisted of Starcrom farming to get more rolls on the Wish machine. Whether it's through Prime Wars, Resonator events, or any other method, the end goal was to always get more Starcrom. So once you have the perfect base and all your season goals completed, will the methods of Starcrom farming get boring eventually? Now, what happens after you've gotten every item from the Wish machine too? Because we all know there's going to be players out there, right, that go all in on this game, cruise through every single piece of content that they can, but what do they do afterwards? Is their only option to spend time in Eternal Land building things? If that's the case though, I mean, I'd love to see like a lobby browser for mini games created in Eternal Land. You know, let me join someone's land to play a racing game that they set up, and let me earn a little bit of Starcrom that way. Feel free to put like a weekly cap on it too, so that people aren't farming it all the time. But I just like the idea of earning things playing community-made content, because it just gives you kind of endless possibilities and it just kind of keeps things fresh. So wrapping things up, I think a lot of my concerns could honestly be solved by an official FAQ written up by Starry Studio. You know, outline their monetization plans, tell us if it will be free to play, and talk about endgame longevity. And honestly, this video might become irrelevant really quickly if Starry Studio releases like an FAQ, let's say tomorrow. But I really think all of my concerns can be kind of summed up into one: communication. We need more transparent communication from the developers. They've been great at providing communication on patch notes and game features, but I'd really love to see better communication on the two things that MMO players care about the most: monetization plans and endgame. And as I stated in the beginning, this is in no way a video hating on Once Human. The developers have truly created something special, and I think a lot of people do realize that already, but I want to make sure that that special feeling lasts. Too many games these days are promising at launch and then fall off soon thereafter. Once Human has too many good things going for it for me to just be okay with that happening, and I hope you feel the same way. I'd love to know your thoughts on my concerns, and let me know any other concerns that you have with the launch of the game down in the comments below. July 9th is right around the corner, and I'll be doing a launch stream for the game on YouTube and Twitch. So feel free to drop a follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube if you'd like to get notified about that. Thank you guys so much for all your support with my videos so far, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to drop a like down below, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.